Let me stop. Okay, any question? Right. So if there's no question, then I think we'll just wrap it up and that's it. Do we have any question, anything at all? Anything that is not clear, you go, okay. Rohit, please.
Hello, good evening, sir. My name is Rohit.
Hi, Rohit. Yeah.
Sir, my question is that I'm just doing my master's in business administration. I have joined for business analyst training program. This is just out of my interest and my friend's suggestion, and I have no prior experience, or I don't know really anything about what this role really is going to do, or what I'm really going to do in the internship or the program or the training program. So will I be able to learn from the scratch, or should I go through some exercises prior to the program?
Okay, all right. Thank you, Roy, for that question. One thing I can say, we are getting better at this. So you've been added to prep major. Excuse me, you've been added to prep major. There are some videos, and I can say lots of videos actually in there that can prep you in before the program starts next week. So watch those videos in that order. All right. So which will give you some guides or open your eyes on what you're going to see in the internship, right? So I would ask you to watch them. But one thing that I can say is like this program is for novice, right? So if you're already an expert, maybe it's not for you anyway. So this program is a beginner program actually for people that don't have any knowledge of IT or you don't have any knowledge of your role. So that is why we create this program anyway. And that's why it's not a 1 week program. It's not 2 weeks program because we thought that is so little, right? So it's a 3 month program and it's a very intensive 3 months actually, because you're going to be working on different projects. So you don't need to worry, right, about that. So the tutors are going to teach you what is a life as a BA. What do you need to do as a BA when you get to work? Then you have opportunity to just do them, right? So that's what we're going to do. All right. Does that make sense to you, Rohit?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for replying.
No worries. Yeah. Okay. And also, please drop this up. Okay. This is now professional setting. Okay. So, like I said, my name is Deji. Okay. So okay. All right. Thank you. Abel.
Yeah, Deji. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Yeah, I'll be on the software testing training. I know you said earlier that you send the schedule, but I was wondering how quickly can you send it, because that will help us basically plan ahead of time.
Okay. So now I can tell you categorically that next week, 9 to 10 every day, you're going to have a session. So which is the introductory session, right? Where we go through all the roles, right? 9 to 10 every day, right? So that's that. So but before Sunday, you're going to have the program, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have the program. But of course, yeah, you need to look at this. It's not like, oh, this might also change as well, right? Because yeah, we are going to be flexible. But one thing that we do sure about is like for the next two weeks, which is a sprint, that's what we call a sprint, we will tell you this is it, right? So, but now my admin have really done very well. So they even have the timetable for the whole program. Whether we share them or not, that's another thing that we need to discuss, because you talk about a timetable for the next 3 months, right? Things will change, isn't it? Do you get it now? So, but we might send it out.
If we have it, then it's something that we can fall back on, isn't it?
Exactly.
But then if things change, then we have an idea.
Yeah. So we might send it to everybody to know that this is a draft of what you're going to see.
Yeah.
Then after that, or one thing that we know, for every sprint, which is 2 weeks, we know that this is now confirmed, that this is going to happen in this particular 2 weeks, and that's what's going to happen here.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Okay, all right. Talabi?
Yes, hello, hi everyone. My question is, I joined this meeting like a few minutes after 8, and I was hearing you guys talking about CV or something. Are we supposed to drop a CV or something? I don't understand. I actually joined in the middle, so, and I don't want to disrupt the whole meeting, so that's why I waited to question and answer to hacks. Like, maybe I don't know if I've missed something. So that's
okay, all right, thank you for that. So yeah, okay, all right, so that's fine. So what I said, right, so for those guys that were in the previous internship, right, they submitted their CV, right, and those are the CV that you saw me reviewing, right, and I gave the opportunity to people that also join your set as well to also send their CV so that we can review them together. So some people also send theirs. So, but in this internship, right, I also explained that you have opportunity to create your CV. We're going to tell you what a good CV looks like, how to create a CV. And then also we are going to give you the opportunity to get your CV reviewed as well, right? So this will happen. So if you have a CV, that's good. If you don't have a CV, that also is good because you're going to create one, right? So it's not going to be in the next 2 months, right? It's not going to be that far, right? Before end of this month, right? You're going to start creating your CVs. But we'll let you know what content, where to get that content, how to do it. So that would happen. Then after that, then we will get it reviewed. Does that answer your question, Salabi?
Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, cool. Okay, all right. Any other question, please? Okay, I think there's some questions on the chat. Abel, you still have your hands up. Is that...
Sorry, DJ, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you now, Jeremy. Yeah.
I did put a question in the chat, so just in case.
Okay. Yeah, please go ahead. I can hear you.
Yeah, I was asking if an IIBA certified business analyst professional certification is relevant to this program, and some form of BA experience, whether that does that without the UK BA experience, whether does that put a person with that in this program?
Okay. I think one thing that I need to tell you guys, maybe to demystify the concept, UK experience. Please, let's remove that completely, right? As I will go through the CV in this program, I'm going to tell you, once you already have an experience, whether it's a Nigerian BA experience or Canada BA experience or anyway, so I think we can work with it anyway. So that people are not saying I don't have UK experience, because I saw that and I've listened to people like that before anyway. So that would fizzle away as we go along through this program, because one, experience is experience. Even in this time right now that the world is a global marketplace, right? Everyone, you can be living in Nigeria and working in different parts of the countries or even in different parts of the world. So because I have people that even I've trained before are still in Nigeria and they're working different places, right? Even not in Nigeria. So like I said, so yeah, so any certification is okay, right? But in the UK, right, of course, one thing I said is, yeah, there's some certification that are wide recognized in the UK. One of them is a Scrum Master certification. Doesn't matter your role, right? Whether you are a BA, QA, tester, or whatever, or DA, as long as you are working in an agile settings, you need to have a Scrum, an agile certification. Is very, very important, because they will ask you, have you worked in agile settings before? And it's good to say, yes, I have worked in agile settings before. I am also certified, whether as a developer or as a BA or product owner or as a Scrum Master. That is one. For your roles as well, right? In the UK, one of the leading certificates for a BA specific one is the ICEP one, right? And maybe I should even say that ICEP, BCS actually, right? BCS certification is one of the leading one anyway. So maybe I should also say that BCS actually kind of nominated us as, it's still in the pipeline anyway. So we've not actually gone for the award. We are nominated as one of the leading charity providing educational services in the UK. So it's still kind of in the pipeline. We don't know whether we are going to win it anyway, but it's another nomination that we receive. It shows that we are actually doing something great for BCS to nominate us. And yeah, so it shows that this platform is now big, right? It's taking British Computer Society to recognize what we are doing, to be honest. So, which I think is really great. So, yeah. So, your qualification is relevant, to be honest. It doesn't have to be in the UK, but if you're talking about the one that UK recognized, right? So, it is the BCS, but doesn't mean that if you already have this, it's still okay anyway. Do you get it now? What you just need to do when you go for interviews is I'm a certified business analyst, actually, which I think is still okay as well. Yeah. Does that make sense to you, Jamie? Okay, I think that's a yes. Then Roy, seems like we do not have any session until Monday. Is that right? Oh, okay. So now the program starts on Monday, right? But I would invite you to join a session on Sunday. This session is a demo where the present admin internship guys are going to do a demo. You will learn from it, actually, right? You will learn from it. So it's really, really going to be important for you to join that session. It's going to start from 8 p.m. to maybe 10 or thereabouts. Yeah. So I will advise you to join that session. So information will be sent out. Yeah. Except from that, yeah, it's going to be Monday, 9 p.m. to 10. Okay. Any other questions? So, okay. So Prince says, I'm doing masters in finance and investment, and I got no idea data, but hoping to get knowledge. I think that I've already addressed that as well. So you don't need to worry whether so we start from scratch. Yeah. So as long as you are committed and you are able to put in the work, so the tutors will teach you, right? And will give you the resources, and then you'll be able to showcase it. One thing that's so important for the data analyst, you have 2-for-1 anyway. So you're going to be working in an agile team and as a data analyst. So that means you're also going to learn agile as well. So, and one thing that we've done that's so successful, I'm really, really impressed that we have a lot of DS this time around. I don't know what happened anyway. So, but I think a part of the accountability partner whereby you have opportunity to do what you've been told, right? What you learned, and you have to showcase it as well. I think is one thing that we've actually done very well in this team, actually. So you will not be able to hide unless you just fizzle away completely, right? Once you're in the program, you have to do a demo of what you've done. And you have to move tickets. It's either you are in or you are completely out. You cannot be in the middle. Do you get it now? Because you have your team, right? Your team needs to do something, right? So you can't just say, I am not doing it, but because they have to deliver on the project. Yeah. So your team also depends on your success as well as you also depend on them. So it's going to be a symbiosis relationship anyway. So yeah. So don't worry if you don't have any knowledge of any of your roles, right? Yeah. So this program is there to expand your view and help you to be able to have that. And I think by the end of the 3 months, you look back and yeah. So one thing you're going to see on Saturday, on Sunday rather, if you join that session, is when they do their presentation. The first presentation they did was rubbish. Sorry. And I asked to tell them that, yeah, guys, this is not good anyway, but be confident when you get to this sprint 2. When you get to sprint 2, and I asked them to look at where they were before, they were laughing. They're, oh, this is good, because then at the beginning it was rocky, right? And it's going to be that it's going to be very, very rocky. Because you're going to adjust to different people, adjust to different ways of working, adjust your life as well. Yeah. So I want to encourage you to be patient with yourself, be patient with your team, patient with everybody, and also be patient with my team as well, please. Yeah. So, and sprint 0 is the most difficult part anyway, because that is the time that you guys are trying to understand yourself, coming together, coming to terms, and with different things. Yeah. And different terminologies that you've not heard before is coming in again, and you are confused. You don't know this is for you. Just hang in there. So I want to be honest. So you're going to hear from how this guy will do tomorrow. So hang in there and ensure that you'll be there. So it's really, really important for you to hang in there. So it's going to really, really be good for you anyway. Okay, another question, what is the difference between Scrum Masters and ADM? Okay, so if you start there will not be time to explain. But one thing, there's a session for ADM, a session for Scrum Masters. So their roles are a bit related, right? But there's different responsibility. So one thing, as Agile Delivery Manager technically owns the team, right? So, but the Scrum Master basically facilitate to ensure that the team does what they need to do, right? So technically, so delivery of what the Scrum Masters would do is a responsibility of the ADM, right? So Scrum Masters ensure that the project is kind of developed, right? Then the ADM delivers it to the stakeholders, ensure the releases and everything, and ensures that you have the finances and also the budget, the teams and everything, put them together. So technically like that, but the roles are a bit similar or related, I would say. But yeah, next week you're going to hear from the tutors what the difference anyway. Yeah. Yemi, please.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Yeah, I just want to be sure this terminology sprint that you've been mentioning, does it apply to data analysis?
Yes, it does.
It does. Okay.
Yeah. So
Thanks.
yeah. So I know yours, the data analysis part is a bit, actually. It's not like you're going to be in the agile. But one thing that I can tell is which has really, really worked for us, basically. So you have mentors, you have tutors. Your tutors will teach you a concept, right? Let's say, for instance, now the Excel tutor can say, guys, I'm going to teach you pivot table, right? And within that part, that's the sprint. Within that sprint, you're going to do pivot table. So which means that you will now need to go into your team, right? And tell them that, oh, we did pivot table, right? You create a task for you to be able to do pivot table. You technically, your Scrum team is your accountability partner to ensure that within that sprint, you create a pivot table, right? So let's also say you also you are given a task on Tableau as well. So you will create a task board or a story on Tableau, right? And then, which means that within that sprint, you are committed to finish that particular task, which I think really, really worked well. You won't see this elsewhere, to be honest, because this is my own fingerprint. This is my signature anyway. It's never done. And the first time it was done on this platform, one of the tutor, the DA tutor was saying that, DG, I hope you are not putting a lot on this thing. And to be honest, it really worked anyway. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right. So another question is, are we going to get help in achieving certification, e.g. ISTQB? So one thing that I was discussing with one of the mentors on this platform and was preparing for an exam. Most of this particular certification has got DOMS, right? So, and you just need to go and get the DOMS and do it. The most difficult part is not the certification these days, is the experience. That's where people get down, is the experience. But certification is very important, and also is good because sometimes it gives you that leverage over people that don't have certification, and also maybe also put your foot in through the door anyway. So, but the major thing is the experience, actually, right? Is when you go for interview, they ask you, what did you do, right? Because they will not ask you what certificate have you got, right? Or whatever, but they will ask you, can you do this? Can you do that? And that's where this program will do for you. But if you have opportunity to do the certification, I would say, please do it, actually. So over the years, I think we have some DOMs for some certificate, but I don't know whether it's still valid because sometimes these things change anyway. So yeah, but I think some of them are like £10, £20 for the DOMs anyway. So you can go and do that. So, and also we have a partnership actually with Scrum Study as well. So for those guys that are interested in the agile part of the certification, we have partnership with Scrum Study, which is one organizing the certificate for Scrums in the UK. There are 3 bodies, I think. One of them anyway, PSMs, CSM, and they do the CSM Scrum certification. Yeah. So, and if you are interested, on their website, if you just Google scrumstudy.com, I think, yeah, on their website is $450 that they offer the courses, their certificate, but they're giving us, because of what we do as a charity, £150, right? So if you're interested in that, so please do let us know during the course of the program. We'll get you a voucher anyway. Yeah. So someone is like, how do you get DOMS? Just Google it, actually. Yeah, to be honest, yeah. Just Google DOMS for ISTQB anyway, yeah. Okay, with that, I think that's us then. I think I've answered all the questions. So yeah, please, the program already starts right now. So Sunday, please attend the demo, right? Then Monday, there will be different trainings that you have to do. And then also, please ensure that you sign the terms and conditions. Yeah. So any questions from now, right? Once your team is formed, you pass your questions through the Scrum Masters. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. Cheers, everyone. Yeah.